the first written constitution in CBD, the first. I want to listen to this man more, please. Let's listen to him.
The very first democracy.
When I tell you that Igbo language is what they speak in heaven, you are doubting me. That is what they speak in heaven.
First democracy.
The angels address God Almighty in Igbo language. And I want my Yoruba brethren to understand, once Biafra is free, you're also very free. You'll be very rich.
The audio of this thing has not been coming out.
Because it's a blessing from God in heaven. How special you are. I want you to understand how special. Some of you don't know why we fight for Biafra. This is the reason why. We are the oldest of the oldest, the very ancient people, the center of the whole world. Let's listen to this man, and I'm excited about it. Listen,
It's a great people,
great,
great nation.
great nation.
There was a country.
That was a country.
And then later, when I learned something most people don't know,
Most people don't know this.
there is a plausible argument that democracy began in Igbo land.
Democracy.
The very first written constitution on this planet was written by Igbo people.
They even wrote the first constitution. But Europeans don't want the world to know. Because they are wondering, if that is the case, why did God put people in Africa? That's so backwards. And I'm saying to them, God sent us to Africa to bring light into Africa. That's our job. You hear Chineke? In our villages, which means light. Is my number. It's everywhere you go. Do you now see who we are? The first written constitution in CBD, the first. I want to listen to this man more, please. Let's listen to him.
The very first democracy that involved self-governance.
Self-governance,
For everybody.
autonomous community.
The Greek wealthy. But everybody was in Igbo land.
Igbo land.
And the very first democracy that
You don't dare come out. Can you say it? Can you hear who we are? When I hear all these Yoruba Lagos, all these riffraffs talking rubbish, I feel sorry for them. That is why we are harsh with any idiot that calls himself an elder who doesn't know history. What we are fighting for is to protect something that anybody will be envious of. This is who we are. And we started worshiping idol. Somebody will go to the farm and cut the wood. Piano say, you got an idol. You bow down before an idol. And God took away all the blessings he gave us. Said, go and worship idols, and that's what we want. That's why we're in a mess. God gave us 700 years to come out of it. We continued in idol worship. And he sent the British. The Arabs came, he said, no, I don't want you to do it. He sent the British instead. Go and conquer them. And as you're conquering them, you're going with the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament. If they are smart, God said, if they are smart, they will go to Old Testament and see who they are. And that's what we did. Oh my goodness. Let's listen.
was in Igbo land.
Igbo land.
The West, Europe, we were still in the Dark Ages.
Europe was nothing. You see all these white men building aeroplane and going to the moon, they were nothing. When Biafra land was bubbling, when the kingdom of Biafra was at its peak, with God Almighty in heaven as the unfed king, Europe was nowhere. They were in the Stone Ages. They were nothing. Oh, dear.
And yet the Igbo had figured out a way to have a just and meaningful government, and a just and meaningful society, and due process, and fairness. And to this day, you see a great...
Listen, due process. and fairness. These things are weaved into our idioms we have, our proverbs. This is a white man teaching you who you are. Fairness. Which is the foundation of our constitution. Fairness. I want the world to hear this.
Of course,
Biafra means fairness. You can never cheat anybody and get away with it. Never.
Taking a lot of it. You ain't taking that guy, then shit no more. Because the damn people must be free from that.
Some idiots come up and they say that
goddamn zoological.
They know nothing.
British.
They are promoting one Nigeria,
slave colony,
bringing the curse of God upon them.
The
and on their
children. Africa must be lived in.
They know nothing.
God
said you cannot go into Nigeria, not a Nigerian. I asked the British to come to show you who you are. That you may return to me.
Bring the goddamn zoo thing.
That I may re-establish my kingdom. Before I researched and I found it, I used to tell you that Biafra is the kingdom of heaven on this earth. I told you that before. Before I did research and I discovered it. And I've shown it to you. Actually, it's on my page. Go to scroll down, you will see it. Kingdom of Biafra is there written, which means that the name could have come from anywhere else, apart from the people that they gave it. A white man is not telling you who you are. The first organized system of government in the whole world. With fairness. We've into it. Fairness. Fairness. That's who we are.
All right, so you see the short video you just watched? Don't be me talking. If you have anything to say about it, drop it in the comment box. And if you don't have anything to say about it,
put your products in the market.
Click on the follow. And if you are watching on YouTube, look down here, you see subscribe.
You need electrified automatic machine guns.
You'll be the first person to see it. My name is FK.
We need
Entertainment. Thank you.
All right, fellow Biafrans, this is Coastal Region Broadcasting Service at your beck and call. And of course, delivering the Coastal Region Broadcasting Service at your beck and call. And of course, delivering the message of our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the man who sees the future. Our great leader. And I want you to stand by a little while we bring you more and more information on his background. I want you to stand by a little while we bring you more and more information on his background. Why the hell am I hearing myself back? For the benefit of those of you who have been asking me about people guiding the oil pipeline and so forth, they are guiding what is not there. The pipeline is even China to Katsina and from there to Niger. They are not guiding there. They are sucking their oil. There is no, they are guiding. They are Nigeria, they will do you sit down look. Sit down look. The crude is being sucked from the coastal region down to the north. Why the coastal regionals who claim they are guiding, okay, they call them Niger Delta, who claim they are guiding the oil pipeline. They are there. Why the crude is transporting itself from where they are to the north, and they are just there. They take money to make sure that nobody comes there to, you know, to vandalize the property belonging to coastal regionals that are being stolen by the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Of course, we play you this video of this young man who went to the creek to bring us this wonderful information, fellow Biafrans. My name remains Bright Osai. We know they hide ourselves. We do what we say. It's very needful to liberate our people. You know, people are acting out of ignorance. They don't know what the hell they are doing. So here we bring you your goddamn information. All right, so we walk you through this very one. Chris.
Only a stupid old fool like you, only a stupid man, a stupid old fool like you, they call you the pig in the creek. They call you the pig in the creek. I call you more nasty words because I know that you are more nasty than a pig in the creek.
Look at
This
the
is
oil
a
pipeline that channel from the coastal region down to Katsina in the north.
To Katsina to Daura.
Why
This
my
example
brothers
of a
in the
pipeline
south
that is running
are
from your
standing there
village
protecting
to
the
Niger
pipe,
Republic.
ordinary pipe, they are
The oil that
protecting
they are
it.
transporting
The
from your village,
crude
they
is
can't use it
transporting
to
itself
develop
from
your
inside
own
the
village.
pipe
They
down
cannot
to
use
the
it to
north,
build you infrastructure. They
and the
cannot use it to give
northerners
you
are filling
education.
their
They
oil
cannot use
wells.
oil
Why
like
the
you.
people
Develop your
from
region.
they call
You are
themselves
busy
Niger Delta
fighting
do
people
not
that
have
are
one
fighting for
single
your
oil
next
well?
generation. You are busy
They
fighting
don't
a man
even
called
have
Barcelona in Kano.
granite oil well,
When you
let
are
alone
busy recruiting
crude
your
oil
boys,
well.
giving them
But they are
18,700
standing
for them
there.
to
They
come
have
and
turned
sit
their
down and
future
guide
to
the pipeline like
pipeline
this.
security
They are
guards.
guiding a pipeline like this.
My brothers
They
and
are busy
sisters, there
guiding a
is
pipeline like
pipeline,
this.
divers
Running
of them.
all the way
Here they have the
from your
highest
village,
engineers in the world in Germany.
all the way from your village
But you
to
cannot see
Katsina
any
to
one
Daura,
man standing at with the pipe.
and you call
Standing.
yourself
What are
a
you
man.
standing? I mean,
You
Africans,
start to make
wake
yourself
up. What
relevant.
is wrong with
You
you?
think you can make yourself
Standing
relevant
with
by coming on
pipe
social
there.
media
Are
to
you
make
a
a nuisance
soldier? Are
of
you a
yourself?
policeman?
You think you are relevant
Are you
by
in the
coming on social
military?
media to talk
Come
about a man that is
together.
trying to liberate his own people? A man that
IPOB is
been in
offering
jail
you
and
a
is still in jail
chance
because
to
he
renew
wants
your
a
life,
better life
to
for
give
his
yourself
next
a better
generation,
life,
for your children
and
on
come
board.
out from the
You
crazy
said
people.
you
They
have
don't know what
21
they are
children.
doing.
You are so
These
proud
are
of yourself.
confused
You have
people. They
21.
don't
Are you
know.
sure these children are all from yours?
We are offering you a
Are you
chance
sure
to
you are the
have
father
what
of all
belongs
these
to you.
children?
Instead
Are you
of
sure that
standing
you are the
there
father of them?
like a
If you are the father
skeleton
of all
and
these
they
children,
give you
you will
peanuts
try to
in
understand
the midst of
that the
plenty,
distribution of Nigeria is
and
a
they
tax that must
transport
be
what
done.
belongs
You're
to you
supposed to understand that
to the
Nigerian
north,
government
and
that
from
gave
there
you
to
the pipeline
Niger, where they
security
share
guards
your
don't
life
have
with their
anything to
brothers.
offer to your children.
As I'm talking
You
to
should
you, they
understand that these
probably
your
might
children,
be in
these
the
your
UK now,
children, they are not supposed to be
discussing
enslaved
how
to
they
the
will
Fulani
rule you and your
government.
family.
You're supposed to
This year, you
understand
have
that your
to say no
children
to
deserve
these
a better
evil
life
people.
than to
I am
be
telling you,
pipeline guidance.
if not, we
Ask
will come
yourself how many
visiting
oil
the zoo
wells you have in
with the
your own
whole
community. Ask yourself, your next brother, your next neighbor, how many oil wells do they have in their own land? You don't have nothing. All you do is to guide a pipeline like this. You recruit the boys that are supposed to be engineers and doctors, the boys that are supposed to be pilots and captains. They're supposed to be developers and entrepreneurs.
When
You recruit them to guide the pipeline for you. And you come on social media every day to rant, to talk rubbish.
how they are
You should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed of yourself. A man like you will sit down and guide a pipeline. While another man in Daura that doesn't go to school is milking your village, your entire community, and you cannot say anything about it because of the money you're getting. And when you get this money, what do you do with it? You go to Cotonou, and you build a university for other people to study.
That's why he has money,
When
but
your own village,
you have money and you are not
university there.
happy. What do you have
And
the
you call
goddamn
yourself a
money
man?
for?
You call yourself a man. That is why they
You
call
have
you
money
a
and you
pig
want
in
to
the
kill
creek.
poor people.
Mr. Asare Dokobo.
You don't have
This
no
video is for
goddamn
you.
money.
This video is
You
for
are
you
guiding a
because
pipeline
you,
that is channeled to
this generation will never forget somebody like you.
Katsina.
Your children will
And
ever,
your people are hungry.
forever regret having you as their father. Your children will
Crazy
ever
complex,
regret having
yes.
you as their forefather because you are a shame to humanity.
We
You
will
are a
deliver
shame
you
to
from
humanity.
that evil.
You
You
sit
deserve
down
the best.
in your village and you are guiding a pipeline for somebody else.
Maybe tomorrow you will
You don't
see
have
why we
one
have
single oil well.
died and
You
suffered
don't have one
and
single
even
oil
run
well.
away from
Your
our land. We
brothers,
can't
your
even go
sisters,
home
your neighborhood, your community,
because of all of us.
your village people.
But you are
None of them
helping
have
the
one
zoo,
single oil well
helping the enemy
from the oil coming from
to
your soil.
imprison
And you
us.
have
As they
the
imprison
audacity
you,
to
they
come
are
out on
imprisoning
social
the
media
entire
to
Africa.
rant
You
and
don't
shout,
know it.
to abuse a man that is fighting for the
And we will
liberation
not
of
give
the
up
whole
because you are
Africa.
the one fighting for a
Mazi
better world.
Nnamdi Kanu.
Whether the devil like it
Muhammadu
or
Jawan.
not, the
If you
good
die
will
now, who's
prevail
going to
over
mourn you?
evil.
If anything happens
And
to you
the
now, who's going to
damnable
shout for you? If
British
you go to China,
kingdom,
who
the
is going to
kingdom
sit
of
at home for you?
darkness,
Nobody,
will be
because you are
put to shame,
irrelevant.
and God
You
will
are
bring them
irrelevant.
to nothing.
I'm doing this video to tell you
That is the promise
you
of
are
God for them,
worse
because
than a pig.
they have afflicted the children
You
of
are
God
worse
enough.
than
They
a
have
pig in the
imprisoned
creek.
us enough.
Every
They
day
have
you put on
killed
your
us enough.
camera,
We must rise up. You must rise
you
up.
put on your camera with your fat, stinky self and you come and pose and be talking. Who do you think you're talking to? This generation don't want to listen to men like you.
Oh my
Keep
God.
on guiding the pipeline that is going from your village to Daura Keep on watching and guiding pipelines for another man.
Pipeline that have
kicking
built
another
Britain.
man's ass. But this generation will not forget the atrocities you have committed, the people you have killed, the children you have put into abject poverty because you cannot speak for them, you cannot bring development to them, you cannot even build school for them. You are going to Cotonou to build school
playing with
because
people who are playing propaganda.
You're not ashamed of yourself.
With the life of your brothers and sisters.
Pig. You're not ashamed of yourself. Sit down, continue sitting down and building and guiding a pipeline for another man.
Pipeline guider.
This generation will never forget this.
Of course, we won't forget
people everywhere.
Thank you very much, my brother from the Eastern region. And of course, that was a very powerful message to that young man who claimed he wants to kill everybody for saying that they need freedom. UK have told them that people who want freedom deserve to die. So African people do not deserve freedom. They are the only one who can live freely in their country. They are the only one who deserve freedom. They are fighting for the freedom of Ukraine. Why France and Britain is supplying weapons for them to kill Biafrans who has been asking for freedom since 1967 up to today. Of course, we will get our freedom from these damnable people. We will make sure that we separate from them, fellow Biafrans. There is no need to be in that marriage that doesn't work, and there is no need to be imprisoned by a partner. So, fellow Biafrans, we have more record here for your own listening pleasure. So you just help us stand by and we bring you more of it. Here we have, okay, we go by this one. Of course. Just a moment. Let's play some music for the benefit of our listeners from the coastal region and from the eastern region of Biafra land. Fellow Biafrans, the person that is talking is Osai. Right. So make we thank God because He has done something wonderful for us, for giving us the courage to come out in the midst of lions to talk about our freedom for what they kill us. NATO and Soviet Union connived with the Nigerian government and the British and the Americans and the French to annihilate our people. They killed us. They even bring chemicals. They call it, said they want to give us AIDS as medicine. They killed our people because they don't want to take responsibility of the genocide they committed in Biafra land. They lay claim to hunger and starvation that they killed Biafran people. When they were losing the war, they have to declare no-fly zone, no supply of food and medicine and water so that our people will die. They wanted to wipe us out so that they will take over our oil. But unfortunately for them, those people they killed their children have woken up today, and we are still alive, and we have not lost the war. We only lose a battle, but we didn't lose the war because our freedom is not negotiable. Fellow Biafran, this music is worth listening to because it's a very nice one. The music was it's a little bit short, but of course, let's get into the next video. And of course, fellow Biafrans, we are always here for each other, to help each other out, to continue to share the knowledge, make research, and bring the expo to the public, to tell the world how they connived with the enemy. Because if they are talking about freedom today, it looks like there are some people who deserve that freedom and other people deserve to die. This is the reason why we are very aggressive. When they see IPOB members, they said they are very aggressive. They are inciting violence. They are the one who came to our land to incite violence and annihilate our women, rape people. Today now, some of those people they raped, the children they gave birth today are ruling us, dancing to the tune of the people who defied their mothers, calling their ancestors evil and the white ancestors the good. The people who came, they said that we are not intelligent. Go to their museum and see what our ancestors built, created with their knowledge. We have more than 24,000 of them in Germany, uncountable in France and Britain, uncountable in America. We can't tell enough, my brothers. We have not gone back to Italy, Netherlands, and Brussels in what do you call those places? Probably it is the plans of UN to enslave us, to make sure that we don't separate from Nigeria, for Africa to remain under the foot of these very damnable people. But God will set us free because we are the children of nature. We are the children of Chukwokika Biama. And that is why we are here, so that you might be free. And God Almighty have made it possible, have made it that we may be here today. And this is the reason why they gave birth to us. So we must do our job to liberate our people from the shackles of these very captivated people. You see how the colony was trying to insert the language called English, just to destroy the language of the Igbos. And that is it. We have been making research, and we tell you all the research we will be making. We will be bringing that expo to the pub, and the whole world will see it, and they watch what these evil people, especially all those international terrorists like NATO and the then Soviet Union, how they kill the good people who are just defending their land because their people are being extinguished. They supported them in killing children. All those children killers. They even have a queen. They never work for themselves. The foreigners have been the one working for them in the UK, of course. They never do anything. They go to other people's land, carry big guns, and they surrender them. They will even make army from them and be using them to work for them, and they will ship it to UK. And they become rich. And they said they are rich. One woman will sit at home calling herself a queen, and everybody will be working hard to come and give her. Isn't that a laziness? We don't have such thing in Africa. Nobody does that. Even if you have to hustle, these people don't work, and we must expose these people before we go to the ways of the ancestors. Chukwokika Biama, God, the Creator, have made it possible that we are here today to expose these very damnable people. And we are not afraid to do it because this is what He created us for. We know they will come for us because they don't have the ear to listen to the truth. That is why they will come. And the Lord said they will perish. The Lord said, I will fight for you and you shall relax and watch your enemy die before you. Said 10,000s of our enemy will fall by our sides, and thousands will fall by our right hands. And with our eyes shall we behold the destructions of the enemy who wants to take our life, who are giving us an existential threat, and nothing shall come near us. He said. So let us play this very video that we have played before we move further to the next one, Columbia France. So this is a voice of...
In 1965,
of
The
Biafra.
Sokoto Caliphate of the Nigerian federal government of
97.5.
Malam, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, subverted the Yoruba and made them engage in an internecine war
This is the
in which
Nigerian
they
Biafran
slaughtered
war
themselves
history.
in large numbers
The one
and burnt
delivered,
down
the
whole
untold
communities
story.
in what they
Fellow
called
Biafrans in the
Operation
Coastal
Weekly.
Region Television will tell
The
the untold
Caliphate
story.
had also
And of
imprisoned
course,
Chief
if you are
Awolowo,
joining us
the
now,
leader of
thank
the
you
Yoruba,
for
and thrown Yoruba land
joining the
into
broadcast.
anarchy.
And of course, help
The
us share
Igbo
and like
were
it so that
horrified.
we get more
Then, the Premier
people
of
joining
Eastern
this
Region, Dr.
broadcast.
Emmanuel Bara, sent
Thank
help
you so
to
much.
rescue the West from the Caliphate.
Absolutely.
Mazi Okono, an Igbo man, was broadcasting the authentic results of the Western Region election from under the table in Awolowo's house as the Hausa Fulani and their ally, SL Akintola, were announcing fake results, slaughtering Yoruba men and women, and destroying Yoruba land. This eventually led to the coup of January 15, 1966, whose goal was to release Awolowo from prison and install him Prime Minister of Nigeria. The Yoruba joined the Hausa Fulani in dubbing it an Igbo coup, though Major Adewale Ademoyiga, a full-blooded Yoruba officer, confessed that he was one of the 5 majors who planned and executed the coup, and that their goal was to release Awolowo from Calabar prison and install him as the Prime Minister of Nigeria. Ojukwu released Awolowo from Calabar prison. On getting home, Awolowo declared his support for the Abri Agreement, one of whose clauses was that northern soldiers occupying Western region must return to their homeland in northern Nigeria. Awolowo then issued this famous statement, quote, "If the Eastern region is allowed by acts of omission or commission to secede from or opt out of Nigeria, then the Western region and Lagos must also stay out of the Federation." End quote. Northern Nigerian soldiers refused to leave Western Nigeria. Awolowo, who was fed by the Igbo, formed alliance with the Hausa Fulani, who had been killing his people and occupying their land, and in one of the most dastardly acts in history, urged his Yoruba people to join the Hausa Fulani in slaughtering thousands of Igbo and other people of Eastern region living in Western Nigeria. In 1983, the Sokoto Caliphate and the Hausa Fulani Yoruba oligarchy organized a coup to topple the government of Shehu Shagari. Umaru Diko, Minister of Transport in Shagari's government, later revealed that the only reason they planned and they executed the coup was to make sure that Alex Ekwueme, then Vice President of Nigeria, will not become the President of Nigeria after the termination of Shehu Shagari's second term as president. Buhari and the Sokoto Caliphate dumped Ekwueme in Kirikiri prison, Lagos, and sent Shehu Shagari to his home in Shagari village, Sokoto. When Ibrahim Babangida the Snake annulled the election of Abiola as president of Nigeria, Ndi Igbo were in the forefront of fighting for the restoration of Abiola's mandate. When Abiola thought that he had finally concluded his secret treaty with the Caliphate and the Hausa Fulani, he immediately told Ndi Igbo that he did not need the Igbo to be president of Nigeria. The Igbo licked their wounds and shut their mouths. When the Hausa Fulani and other northerners fell on the Igbo and slaughtered 100,000 Igbo and other Easterners living in northern Nigeria between May and October 1966, what did the Yoruba do? They sent Yoruba Obas to tour northern Nigeria and thanked the northern emirs for not killing the Yoruba when they were slaughtering the Igbo and their kin from the eastern region. There are literally scores of examples of bad faith, treachery, and cowardly exploitation of the Igbo and other Easterners by the Hausa Fulani and Yoruba. Anyone with common sense, not high sense, should know never, ever to trust the Hausa Fulani and the Yoruba in discussions, in negotiations,
in treaties. Never ever trust their public declaration and pledges of loyalty. Once the chips are down, they will sell you down the river. The Igbo and their kin in Eastern region must realize that the only agenda of the House of Fulani Yoruba is to dominate you, exploit and use your resources for their benefit, and enslave all you people of Eastern region Biafra. The only survival strategy for the Igbo and their kin in Eastern region is to fight back aggressively, to push back as fiercely as ever against this evil plan. Unless you push back ever so aggressively, then you all will be enslaved. A bully responds to nothing other than aggressive counterattack. You have been complaining about resource control. We ask you just one question. If this oil and gas were to be located in Sokoto, Katsina, Kano, or Meduguri, all of you from Eastern region will be begging for the issuance of visa from Arewa country to travel to Kano, to Jos, to Meduguri, to Katsina,
Even
to
now they
Bauchi,
are begging.
and even to
If they
Makurdi.
want to contest in our land, they have to go to
Onye
the
mara asụ,
north
ya
to
sụọ
discuss with
n'otu.
the
Onye
Fulani.
amaghị asụ, ya
And
sụọ
then from there,
n'ala.
they will go to England to go and discuss how they will rule us again. Never ever allow them, never allow affliction to repeat itself for the second time. It is abominable. It is absolutely abominable. So, fellow Biafrans, let us go deep into history. We told you we'll be making research, and when we discover something very useful for you, we bring the expo to the pub so the public can, view it and tell us what they think about it. So we will be bringing you another video for your viewing pleasure. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our video and share our videos so that those people who do not know their history can know their history. If you don't know your history, you don't know how you can better your future. So this is a kind of this is a kind of a betterment for the people of the coastal region liberation. We are liberating the coastal region, bringing you information, the untold story, so that when you listen to this story, you can tell your history to your children. That is how it works. When you grow up, you tell your children your story, you tell them who they are. That is their culture and their identity, how they marry, how they dress, how they compose themselves in public, how they respect other people, how they give themselves respect, how they respect women, and how women have always been the head of leadership in Igbo land, because before the evil came, the Bible said that the devil came to kill, to destroy, and to rape. And the people who came to our land in the name of the colonization came to our land, kill, steal, destroy, rape, and put commotion in the means of the gullible ones. In short, they were used to sabotage the people who were fighting against these very evil people that came to our land. They make sure that they extinguish them. It is still the same Igbos that who draw alliance from all the West Africa down to Ethiopia, down to the East Africa, to make sure that they resist against the colony and have their independence. And many of them never came back alive. They never came back home till today. But what did the Igbos get in return? Hatred, mindless, calling their ancestors all different kinds of evil names. Fellow Biafrans, I need you to listen to this very history. How you abandoned your ancestors and start celebrating another man's ancestor, calling your own ancestor evil, forgetting that when you die tomorrow, you will become an ancestor. How will you feel in your spirit world to see that your people have deserted you and start praising those people who extinguished them for defending you, for making sure that you remain alive today? My fellow Biafrans, let us listen.
Of Belgium.
Belgium had this to tell his missionaries: Reverend fathers and dear compatriots, the task asked of you to accomplish is very delicate and demands much tact and diplomacy. Fathers, you are going to preach the gospel, but your preaching must be inspired by first the interest of the Belgian government. The main goal of your mission in the Congo is not to teach the African the knowledge of God, because they already know him. They talk and commit themselves to their God. They know that killing and stealing, adultery and blasphemy are not good. Interest. Now he continues, let us have the courage to admit this fact. So you do not teach them the things they already know. Your role essentially will be to facilitate the task of the administrative and industrial personnel. That is to say, you will interpret the gospel in a manner that protects and serves the interests of Belgium in that part of the world. The problems in the Congo until today. In doing so, you will see that the savages will not be interested in the wealth that their soil possesses, in order that they do not want them. Like Obuasi. Obuasi is there, it's supposed to be Ghanaian property but owned by foreigners. Thus, they will not be involved in murderous competition with us and dream of living luxurious lives. Your knowledge of the scriptures will help us to use special texts that commend the infidels to love poverty, such as the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor, for theirs is the kingdom. This will cause the African to fear being rich, in order that he may go to heaven. From time to time, keep them from rebelling and keep them in fear that you will use violence. You will teach them to endure anything, even when they are insulted or beaten by your compatriots. You will teach them that whosoever uses violence is not a child of God, but he is a child of God. You will cause them to follow the example of the saints who turn the other cheek. You will take them away from anything or that provides them with the courage to confront us. What are they taking away? I am alluding to their magic, that is juju, voodoo. If you take them away from those ones, they will not confront us. They will become as meek as a sheep, and then you can brutalize them. Your actions will be essentially on the younger people that they might not rebel. If the commandments of the father are conducive to the parents, the child should learn to obey what the missionary teaches him, because he is the father of his soul. We must force them into submission and obedience. This is King Leopold sending missionaries who are supposed to come and teach us the knowledge of God they admit we already know. They're supposed to come and teach us the knowledge of God they admit we already know.
It is unbelievable.
Dear compatriots, these are some of the principles you must apply. You will find many more in the book that will be given to you at the end of this session. Teach the gospel to the African in an African style, in order that they are kept submissive to the white colonies. They should not rebel against the injustices done to them by the colonies. Make them always meditate on, blessed be those who weep, cry, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Always convert blacks by means of the whip. Keep their wives in submission for 9 months, so that they graciously work for you. Require from them offerings of recognition, goats, chicken, eggs, each time you visit their villages. Cause them to sing each and every day that it is impossible for a rich man to enter into heaven. Let them pay tithes each Sunday at church. Utilize this money that is intended for the poor for our business investments. Institute a system of confession which will make you good detectives in order to denounce, put down every black which has a spirit of rebellion against the system. Teach the Africans that their statues, idols, are the works of the devil. Teach the Africans to forget about their heroes in order to worship and give
We
praise
have
to Allah.
fantastic
Don't give a seat to an African when they come to see
in
you.
their museum, which
At the most,
very
give
critical.
me a cigarette.
very intelligent, smart
Don't
creatures,
invite him to dine with you.
creatives.
Even if he gave you a chicken
that our
every time
ancestors
you went
made.
to see him. Consider all blacks
They
as
said they
little
were
chicken
idols,
and
but
require
they never
from them
left them alone. They
to
have
refer
made
to you
billions
as
of
father.
dollars
My dear
out
comrade,
of it.
if you apply all these to the
And the
letter,
people who
the
created them are
interest of
evil.
Belgium in the Congo
So evil
will be
people now
protected
make
for many
money for
centuries.
these
This is
very
the
damnable
Leopold
people.
sending missionaries who came to our land claiming they were civilizing or Christianizing us. What do you make out of this?
So what do you make out of this? You have to leave that in the comment section and leave towards this agenda on how to liberate yourself, myself, and every one of us, for us to rise up and join IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, to save our homeland and help our neighboring African people. In the team IPOB, the people comes first. The people are more important than us. The people are the major resource than every other thing you are thinking about. IPOB is not coming for your oil or for whatever you have as an indigenous person. We want to help you to develop what you have so that you can utilize it for yourself and help people around you. So, fellow Biafrans, we have one other copy that we want to play for your own listening pleasure. This young lady make a very wonderful research. I tell you, our people are doing a lot of job, and we are helping to bring this information to the pub. Anywhere we belong, we like to tell them about the Biafra and how the world connived, especially the European world, connived with their NATO and Soviet Union to destroy our ancestors because they wanted to save us, demoralize them and call them bad name and make them evil of the world. Today, those African people who connive with these colonizers to destroy our soil, where is their life today? So we play this one.
History wants you to believe that when the colonizers came to Africa, we were backward, uncivilized, uneducated, uncouth, barbaric savages, and we were in awe of mirrors and umbrellas, and even sold our families away into slavery for mirrors and umbrellas.
How are you?
History wants me to believe that the people who made all of these arts that are presently sitting in museums in the Western world were made by people who were backward, uncivilized.
At the house, I had an appointment today